Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here. And yes, I am back. Okay, I will have to admit, I'm not good at mixing pleasure and keeping up with doing videos. It just doesn't work. We were busy from morning till night. And many times I crawled into bed and I was so tired, and then we would get up early and do it all over again. So, yes, it's been a very hectic, fun, super crazy 2 weeks. I loved every moment of it. But I am also happy to get back in my studio. I didn't have as much creative time as I would have liked to. So it's always nice to get back in my studio. This is my collage masterboard book that I was working on. I will show you some of the pages in a moment. So today is just going to be a little follow-up. So for the 2 weeks, the first week I had Barb and Thelma here. We did a lot of touring, a lot of thrifting. We went to the fabric sale and met up with Jennifer and Deb. We just had a blast. And then after Barb was gone, then Thelma and I did more thrifting. We went sightseeing to more places, and we had a couple of creative days. So, it was jam-packed. And I have a lot of stuff that was thrifted, but I'm not going to bother to film it all. I will just let you know as we go along how or different things that I picked up along the way. But definitely lots of fabric, lots of paper, lots of books, lots of jewelry, all things to work with in our junk journals. So now that I am back, I have a whole new plan for the summer going into fall. And the first one is tomorrow and Friday, I will be finishing up Happy Mail. While I was away, the envelopes were coming in, and I just let them pile up and pile up. And so I have a total of 19 envelopes to go through. So in the next 2 videos, Thursday and Friday, I will be showing you all the different Happy Mail that came in the mail. I also received a lovely box of goodness from Brenda Clark, separate from her Happy Mail envelopes. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you as well this weekend. So once the Happy Mail is done, I'm going to spend the rest of the weekend preparing all the envelopes to send them all out on Monday. These are going to be my 2 final Happy Mail videos. After that, when I get new Happy Mail in, I will certainly acknowledge anyone that I get them from, and they will just be added to other videos as I go along. I am quitting the Happy Mail movement, and it's at this point I may restart again in the new year. But I think it's kind of run its course. We have it, we've been sending back and forth a lot of the collaborators to each other. We're only getting a few new people here and there, and it's time to move on to do other types of challenges and other fun things. So I'm letting it go for now, and depending on your comments and how things go, I may reconsider to start it again in January. However, having said all that, Linda Stiles is having fun with Happy Mail, and she has a Facebook group, and her link to her group is in my description box below because I'm a member of her group. And she will continue to have Happy Mail there. So if you want to participate, she is a great gal with lots of fun and creative ideas. Linda, I just love your style of creativity. And so do join her group, and yeah, you can certainly exchange Happy Mail with her. She's ready to bring it on, and she's got a few of the collaborators who have joined in with her who do still want to keep it going. So if you want to participate, by all means, stop and see Linda. And and join her Facebook group to participate in other challenges as well. So I will do those videos this weekend and then get all the Happy Mail out. I also have, I'm sorry, I've been bad. I have the 3 arm's length art draws to do, to send out. Nancy, 2 of them were going to you. Linda, 1 was going to you. I haven't forgotten. It's on the pile. So they're going out on Monday as well. Everything's going out on Monday. I'm taking the whole rest of this week to do that stuff. There were also 3 or 4 of you that requested different little trinkets from me that I had in my stash the last time. They're still sitting on my desk. I'm sorry, but they are going out on Monday as well. Everything is going out on Monday. And so I will confirm with you and let you know when those envelopes are going out. So all the mail will be done this weekend, and so I will not have a follow-up video on Friday, which I normally do. And there is arm's length art on Saturday, but I will not participate this week. I will start again next Saturday. And having said that, our last arm's length art draw was May the 4th. So there's, there's several for May, and there's going to be one already. I guess this will be the second one in June already. Oh my goodness, I'm really getting far behind. But I will make those draws all in one day on a follow-up video and work that out with you as well, because that I will keep going with the draws. So the next thing to mention is the digitals for my coffee site. If you are a coffee member, this is the last month that I will offer any digitals, and it'll probably be around the 15th of June that I do the final batch of digitals for members. So please be sure to cancel your membership at some point this month. Even if it's canceled before I actually get the digitals out, you can just message me and I will send you the digitals for the month of June. So please cancel your membership, because starting on the 15th of July will be the first new mega kit. Okay. So mega kits are going to be, I'm going to take all the current membership digitals that are there. So it doesn't really apply to members, because if you've been a member, you've scooped them all, or at least you should have. So I will be taking all of those digitals and turning them into mega kits that I will offer to the public. And mega kits are going to be really big batches of digitals, all lumped together for a really ridiculously low price. And then on the 15th of July, I will start my first new mega kit. So that'll be where any members who are still interested in buying from me would purchase one of the new ones. But up to that point, it'll all be stuff that members should already have. So the mega kits are the alternative to having a membership. And that's because I don't want to feel, always behind the 8 ball, trying to get things done and then, feeling committed because, you're paying me a monthly fee. So I would much rather accumulate some digitals, make a big mega kit, and it's available to everyone. And so then it would only be a few dollars for a mega kit each month. And so for anybody that comes along, they can purchase these mega kits. It'll end up being about the same as what it would have cost if you would have had a membership for a year, because they will be broken up into lots, probably anywhere from about 20 to 50 digitals all in one kit. And they will be priced accordingly. So they'll be anywhere from $2 to about $5 a kit. And $5, of course, being a really large kit, which would include anywhere from 50 pages and up. So if there are certain categories where I may have done like 75 pages, it will go into the maximum kit of $5. So somebody could purchase the 75 digital pages for $5. So that is how I'm going to do it in the future. And this allows me to give you all kinds of stuff and accumulate things and give you a good mix, so that when you're buying a kit, you're not just getting, butterflies in the kit. You might get butterflies and labels and maybe some flowers. So it'll be really large kits. Some of them will be kits that are complementary images so that you could do a journal with. But I really don't like to focus too much on doing a complete journal kit. I really like to focus on elements that you can use in your journals and ephemera you can use in your journals. So most of the kits will definitely be in that line. I may do some color combinations or some themed combinations, but not necessarily that the whole thing is one kit. Maybe you get 20 pages that are complementary, and you get 6 pages of butterflies. So it'll be something to that idea. Excuse me. So if you are a member, please discontinue your membership now. I think you have to go to PayPal to your subscriptions or whatever. I don't know how it's done. You'll have to investigate and discontinue your membership. I can see there are a lot of you that haven't yet. Some of you have. Thank you. And then in the future, you would just buy the mega kits as they come out. And so it's not like you're spending, $20 and before you get something that you like, I will have, or before I have a chance to do a new kit. Instead, when a mega kit comes out, it may cost you anywhere from $3 to $5, and you would buy the whole kit, and then you're done as far as that. For those of you who do wish to continue to support me, there is a coffee support button. You can hit that button every once in a while if you like. I certainly wouldn't refuse it, but it just allows me to have the freedom to not be committed and not have to do things on a time limit, where I can do it when it works best for me, and it gives you more in exchange. As for free images, the free images are slowly dwindling off. It takes a while to delete them off of the Ko-fi site, so I only do a few at a time, but eventually they will all be off of the Ko-fi site. But if you go on any video of my videos, or if you go on the Ko-fi site, in the left-hand corner of my Ko-fi page, it says, for the free images, go to my blog, imagesbykim.blogspot.com. It also says that in my video description below, where it says images, free images, and it gives you that same imagesbykim.blogspot.com. Some of you, and it depends on your internet system that you're using. The word isn't coming right now. But it depends on which internet you're using, whether you're using Windows or Apple or whatever product you're using as well, device. Some of you have mentioned that when you click on the imagesbykim.blogspot.com, it takes you to a page that questions whether or not it is a good site. It is. Trust me. I've put it in correctly. I don't know why this is happening. Blogspot is owned by Google. YouTube is owned by Google. And yet, for some reason, it questions whether that is a legitimate site. I did have one of my subscribers mention that she manually, instead of clicking on the link, she manually copied the link into her URL on her internet and then went there that way. So if that's what works for you, figure out what works, whether you click on the link or if you manually put it in, and then just bookmark it for yourself. On that page, there are over 300 free images for you to download. And they will not stop. They will keep coming. I find it easiest to upload there because the files are stored on my Google Cloud. So automatically I can just move them over to the blog, and they are stored in both locations. So you get the full size image. You're not dealing with a reduced size. You're getting the largest size. So some of them can be quite large files. And they are there for you to download for free. You can take them all. You can come back and take them again. That is where they are going to live from now on. They've always lived there. I just never made connections to there because it wasn't always easy. And now I find it much easier than putting them on Ko-fi. That's just my personal opinion. I love Ko-fi. It's just that it doesn't work out for the free images. So I've put them back on my blog, and they are there for you to take however you like. There is also the opportunity to, again, if you find that you are enjoying the free images and you want to send me a cup of coffee, you can just come back to my Ko-fi site and leave me a donation through Ko-fi. There's also the option to leave me a donation on YouTube. I think there's a little $sign in the description or just under the video where you can click and leave me a donation that way as well. So if you are interested in leaving a donation, but you don't have to, those images are free. But if you like the content and you want more, sometimes it just gives me a little push when I see a few little donations. It just pushes me a little bit more to get more done. Just saying. So that's the latest on digitals. So now I want to talk about upcoming weeks and what's going to be happening. So next Tuesday I will be back to doing my Techniques Tuesday, and we are still working on those beads, but we're going to take a little mini break from the the sorted bunch of beads I had, where we had the charms, we had the charm wannabes, and all the other junk and goodies to turn into fun stuff. But we're going to take a little break from that for next week, and we are making window dangles next Tuesday. Yay! I know some of you have been waiting very patiently. Thank you. I know I also said that maybe Thelma and I would have a dangle day where we would do them, but it just didn't work out to turn on the camera to do it. Now, Thelma, she took over my beads as soon as she got here. It was so much fun. It was fun watching her. My husband egged her on, of course. And she just made dangles for me for my windows. I will do a tour for you to see some of the windows. They look gorgeous. So my 3 small windows in the living room are all now filled with lovely goodness, and she just worked on them. She just kept everything off on the coffee table, and when she had a chance, she opened everything up and worked and made a few dangles here and there. I think in total she made 26, maybe it was 30. It might have been 30 dangles in the 2 weeks that she was here. Plus she brought me a few, and then she also made a couple from my other room. So thank you so very much, Thelma, for helping me get those windows done. Now I have to do my patio window for sure. So yeah, we're going to do dangles next Tuesday. And then after that, on Tuesdays will be my regular Tuesday, Techniques Tuesday, and we will continue to work in the beads that I already have. But I was noticing in the beads I already had that, it was slim pickings for little extras. So I'm going to be adding a few other things to the pile, but we will do that as we go along and continue to show you different techniques on Tuesday. I also got new glasses coming, thank goodness. So hopefully I'll be able to see a lot better to be able to do the fine work that I've been struggling with. Usually I use a magnifier when I have a light with a magnifier that I use when I'm not on camera. But when I'm on camera, it makes it a little bit more difficult because I don't have enough space here to set it up. So I'm finding it a little bit difficult to close the jump rings and to be able to see that they're properly closed. So I'm hopefully my new glasses will be here in a couple weeks that I can continue to do jewelry stuff. So yeah, that'll be Tuesdays. So window dangles next Tuesday, and then more beading techniques in the following Tuesdays, pretty much all summer, unless you guys are asking for other things. Thursdays, I will start next Thursday and do my Thrifty Canucks videos because by next Thursday, I'll have a pile to show you again. There was lots. Trust me, I had so much stuff, but I've had to put it away. I just could not keep up with it being, all over the place in my house and in bags. And, I was starting to look like a hoarder. So yesterday I spent the whole day putting things away because it just got a little bit out of hand. So that's all done. Thrifty Canucks will start next Thursday as well. Next Friday will be my regular follow-up days. And so I will have, the follow-up and talk about what I'm going to do for Arm's Length Art. And then Saturday will always be Arm's Length Art. Now, with Arm's Length Art, it is going to take on a change as well. because instead of giving a mail out prize, once the mega kits are done, people will win mega kits. And that's to keep my mailing costs down and to be able to immediately send you a link to grab your mega kit. Only because, costs are going up and I'm trying to keep the postage costs to a minimum because, yeah, it can be very costly at times. So even though we will be participating in arm's length art over the next couple of weeks, I will not have an official draw until I have some mega kits ready. So stay tuned for that, and we will start putting that together. The rest of the weeks, or the rest of the days of the week, which is Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, even though I'll be doing arm's length art on Saturday, it will be geared towards stuff that I'm doing, which is pretty much what Monday and Wednesday are going to be. I'm going to be working on some journal stuff, and same with my arm's length art. It'll be all related to journal making. And I will turn on the camera every day to show you what I'm working on, and I will stop it after 1 hour, and then I will do another video and stop it after another hour, and so on and so on. Only because I have quite a few orders, and I'm expecting a few more that are going to have to be done by September, October of this year. So in order to fit all that in and still keep my sanity, I have to incorporate some of the work into videos that I'm doing. So I won't be doing some of the other challenges and things like that because I will be focusing on my personal work. And I will share some of it with you, although some of it has to be done off camera because of privacy of who buys my journals. And so that will be separate. But I will share whatever I can as far as techniques and things that I'm doing, and you get to kind of see me go, watch me work and that kind of stuff. So that's it for that. Yes, so a couple of mega kits will be coming up. I'm just going through here. The next thing I'm going to be doing is I had mentioned earlier that I'm going to be putting together some boho kits. So after this weekend, after my Happy Mail is all done and mailed, because that is my first priority, I will be working on those boho kits. And I may turn on the camera and show you some of the stuff I'm working on, some of the items that I'm cutting up. And my plan is to have those kits done pretty soon. I think I said about the middle of June. We're getting close to the middle of June, so it might take a little bit longer. Something else we're getting close to is 4,500 subscribers. I think I'm only about 100 away, 110 away, but I'm not going to have a draw for 4,500. I'm going to have a draw for 5,000, and I'm going to make it a good one. So stay tuned for that, because that will be a whole different idea and process of how we get prizes and how you can win and what you can win, because there will be lots of opportunities. So the 5,000 is going to be the big one. So I really want to focus on that because we're so close to 4,500. So I'm just going to make the prizes a little bit bigger and more for the 5,000 draw. So after saying all that, I thought, I should show you something. And so when Thelma was here, I was talking about my masterboard book, which is just a magazine. And you've seen me work on it. I think I worked on it in my last arm's length art. And so I had done a couple of pages with you that I showed you, and the butterflies was one. This is ready now to cut up, and then I will further embellish it once I've cut it up into whatever I decide to make it. This looks like a couple of pockets to me, maybe a couple of journal cards, and maybe another couple of pockets. I haven't decided yet. But this book will not get cut up at all until it's completed. So I did do a count. There are actually 50 pages in here with the front and back cover, but the front and back cover I don't do till the very end. It's just a magazine, but it just allows it to not be over-handled on the outside. So those are the last 2 pages that I will work on in here. But this is the first page. And then I think you saw me do this one where I added the roses on top. I really like this. The more you work on it, the more solid it becomes and more intense it becomes and thick. So there is the back side. So once this is cut up into pieces, you can see what the back will look like. And it's a great way to use up all those scraps. You can still write on it. You can write on it in sections and you know, create little writing spots however you like, depending on how you're using it. And in this case with the butterflies, I said those are going to be 2 pockets. Yeah, I probably didn't have to do the backs, but you know, it gets done either way, and I can make that decision when I'm cutting these up. Because sometimes I change my mind depending on what I'm working on. I probably wouldn't use more than 1 or 2 pieces in any of my journals. I like to keep it quite neutral unless it's a color combination that I'm working in. But I like to keep things neutral. I don't like it to get too matchy and too much the same. So these will get used up in a variety of different ways. The edges don't always get done right to the end, and there's always going to be a little bit of lifting as you know the book is handled. Those will get glued down when I'm actually cutting these out. And I also like to do my stitching on here as well, so everything gets stitched down so that there's nothing to pick up. So there was the rose one. You saw that one, and the back is done on this one. And then I did this one, and I kind of was, I had one plan. I said this reminded me of bees, but the more I thought of it afterwards, you know, it's got this tatting edges, and I used some ephemera to, you know, ephemera that was in rough shape. So in order to get it off my desk, you know, it fell into the colors of gold and black and beiges. Beiges, is that a word? It is now. So I did have this sheet. I think I showed this sheet to you. And I'm going to just fussy cut those out and add them into here as well. I just haven't done it yet. So I think that is where I had this sheet. This one I focused on strips and pieces. So I started out with, you know, just cutting up different bits that were square or long strips. And this is just to give, you know, a kind of a green background. It's not to be the finished piece, because I will probably add a whole butterfly here in green, or I will pick up one of the colors or something very neutral, but the focal point will come after they're cut or when I'm ready to cut them. So this is not staying like this. I'm not really normally fond of geometric shape, but it is just a base to clean up the stuff off my desk and to, again, just bring that little pop of color or something at the background. Same with this one. You know, it got to be very, very square looking, you know, but yet there are words in here like the King of France, Rocky Mountain, and, you know, there's lots of geometric pattern, but that will be reduced once I start adding the real focal point or image on top. It was just really to bring the color out and to further enhance with scraps that I had. This was the new page that I did with Thelma. Thelma is in love with this. She really had a good time. I think she did 10 pages. She just couldn't stop. She was just addicted to it instantly. So I would love to see her book when she's finished. And I would love to see what she does make with it in the end. This one, I just used my book page background. I added the blue flower napkin and then just used some bluebirds and some different labels. So this is ready to cut up. There will be more to these once I cut them up, whether they're journal cards or large tags, or, you know, sometimes I might trim them down as well, you know, depending on how it works. And then I would keep this strip for something else. But I will add more embellishments like lace trim or fabrics, or, you know, maybe some snippets and different pieces like that. So that was one of the pages I did with Thelma. This was and then the back is done. Now, again, you can see I'm using a combination of different papers for the back. It's whatever I have on hand. I don't worry whether it matches. I don't worry if it's going to line up, because if I cut this, I may lose some of it, or, you know, it might be cut this way. I really don't know until it happens. I'm not one of those people that cuts them upside down. I like to know what I'm cutting So, for the most part, yeah, I know some people like the element of surprise in that case, but I don't. For this, I like to maximize, what I've created. So I will definitely be aware of how I'm cutting it when the time comes. But you get to be a part of that as well. My next page here, this girl here was a napkin. I think actually Thelma sent me this napkin, so I used it on here. It's fun that on the under the book pages that were underneath, there was some music sheet and the word melody has come through on her back. So that's kind of a fun thing that I can play on. I just matched it up with this floral napkin. But that again is ready to be cut up. So now I may cut this differently. I might cut a square or a piece out like that to be a small belly band or a tag going in this direction. And then I'll have an elongated tag this way or a bookmark or belly band that I can use to incorporate her. Not sure yet, but you get to be along for that process. So back is done. In this case, I even had some Post-it notes that I used. I see now that there's kind of identification number on these Post-it notes. I probably will put a stamp on there or something, something small like a label to cover it. But again, it'll only happen after I've cut it. This one is birds and labels and flowers. Love how these are turning out. Different colors, different designs. It'll be what it is. And then that left me with some more stuff that I still have in here to start working on the next pages. And I just go with it. I don't really give it too much thought as to how it's going to turn out because I know it's just the base. So I have 1, 2, 3. This one needs a back yet, and 4, that one also needs a back yet. So I'm getting, I've got over 10 done. I think there's 12 or so done, but a long ways from 50 yet. But I just thought I would share that with you so you can see my process and my ideas. So then the other thing that I introduced Thelma to this time around, because she does things differently than I do, which is why I'm looking forward to seeing what she does with her masterboard book. And the other thing we worked on was clusters. And I'll just grab my cluster book here. Well, I won't delve into the whole book because you've seen it before, and I've used lots of it in here. Like these are just some of the clusters. You can see when I've taken some out, I just leave them attached here on the side, and just wait until I have a need to redo them or to use them. So once they are taken out of here, they get further enhanced with stitching, lace, embellishments, all kinds of things. But this is a great way to use up those scraps and get them off of my desk. Sometimes I do a collage masterboard where I just use up all my strips and my bits and pieces, and then I put paper on the back. So again, this becomes journal cards, bases, and that type of thing. So most of these you've seen. I'm not going to show you all of them. But I wanted to show you what, you can see there's lots. What I did work on. I had these fabric scraps. I think I had done this for Arm's Length Art. So I had pieces of fabric and I just used up some tickets and little pieces to collage on. They still need some work, so they're just glued in here and ready to further enhance when I take them out. Yeah, I don't know why, but I had a Febreze sticker, and so I just, peeled it off the bottle and put both sides on here, and I don't know what it'll be, but it's there. Here's another page of bits. So I just add the pages in the journal and glue everything down so that I can either cut it out or tear it out or do some fancy decal edges and make these into stamps. It's whatever, it's flavor of the month. It's whatever I'm feeling. Some of these become quite large, so that then they become embellishments on top of masterboards. It's a never-ending process. Again, some more bits. And then these were ones I did with Thelma just to get her started so she had an idea of how I was doing this. And of course, she was making stuff and it was turning out just beautiful. She was having a blast. Both of us worked out of my trays, and you know what? We didn't even make a dent. Not a dent. So this just shows you how much work I've got to do in these trays. Maybe I'll have to have a day where Deb and Jen come over and we will make clusters together and masterboards. So yeah, I just did some with these butterflies. I did manage to use up a couple of pages, a couple little bits and pieces. But the whole idea was to show Thelma my thought process. So she took one of these books home with her and she couldn't wait to get back into doing them when she got home. So that's it. That's all for this little video. I just wanted to update you, as I said, and show you some of the things that we worked on and let you know what's going on and that I am back. So my next two videos will be Happy Mail. One will be for Thursday, one will be for Friday. And then on Saturday, my Happy Mail box from Brenda. Oh, Brenda, what a beautiful collection. Yeah, we opened it. The girls opened it with me. But yeah, I'm going to reopen it again for all of you to see I kept everything together. So I wish you all a very creative day and a creative week. And I will see you all tomorrow, Thursday. Have a good day. Bye now.